Well, hello there. My name is Mark Miles, and I love helping trainers, presenters, workshop facilitators really take their results to the next level. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about a bit of a different topic. And the topic is essentially how do you personally get yourself out of a bit of a slump, an emotional slump that you may be traveling through, knowing that you need to deliver a workshop and you need to be in the best emotional state possible. Now, it's a little bit of a different topic because essentially what we often talk about is how do we motivate our audience and how do we get them inspired? But what we need to realize is that if we want to motivate our audience, if we want to inspire our audience, we actually need to first come back to ourselves. Because what we need to realize is that ultimately your energy will always trump your words. And how you show up will have a significant impact on how your information is received by your audience. So we need to, as workshop facilitators, trainers, coaches, mentors, whatever we want to call ourselves, take personal ownership and responsibility around our own energy and how we project what we are putting across. And it's critically important that we take a strategic approach around that. And actually, before we walk into that workshop, before we walk into that training, do a self check on ourselves and how are we actually feeling? How are we feeling on that day? On a scale of 0 to 10, how are you feeling? And are there any negative vibes that you need to get rid of so that you can walk into that training room, that workshop, classroom, that corporate boardroom, whatever it may be, and truly be in that neutral but confident, certain, and inspiring place for your audience and your message that you're going to get across. So here are 3 simple things that you can do to really raise your vibration, so to speak, and really get yourself in a great emotional state to deliver your content. And trust me, in my life, over the last 10 years that I've delivered workshops, I've had moments, in the same week where I've lost a property deal, someone's broken up with me, I've nearly gone bankrupt, all these different things, but I could not ever walk into a training room and allow those things to impact my mood or my message, right? So it's critically important that we take personal ownership around that. Here's 3 simple things that you can do. Number 1, ask yourself some questions. First question, number 1, what is the biggest challenge or consequence that this audience will continue to face if I don't show up powerfully and deliver my message? All right. So you can ask yourself, what's the biggest challenge or consequence they will continue to face or experience if I don't show up powerfully and deliver my message well? Now, you can ask the flip side of that as well and ask, what are the benefits that people are going to experience if I show up powerfully and deliver my message and they really love and get inspired by my message? And what are the benefits they're going to receive from that? Okay. So that's number 1, asking yourself some powerful questions, the consequences or the benefits. Next, number 2 is movement. Movement is one of my favorite ones. So before delivering a workshop, I'll often run in a corridor up and down. I'll go up the stairs or, I'll do any kind of movement that puts me into a peak emotional state. All right. And whether it could be jumping up, it could be anything at all, but it's got to put me into a peak emotional state because, as I said, energy trumps words, and you've got to be in a peak emotional state if you want them to be in a peak emotional state, whether it's online or face to face. Now, the third one, one of my absolute favorites, is that of music. All right. Now, it may sound so simple, but music is one of the most powerful things that you can use to create a vibe for your audience, but also for yourself as well. So here's a little advanced tip, or here's a bit of secret tip. I've actually got a pump up playlist, right? I've got a playlist of songs that I'll actually play for myself, to myself, as I'm getting pumped up and ready to go to deliver my workshops, right? And I've got my favorite songs on there, but they're particular songs that really inspire me and allow me to get into that pumped up emotional state. Now, you may say, oh, that's not really important. You may think, oh, it's, all Anthony Robbins, Tony Robbins, rah shit. Well, let's get to the facts, folks. How you show up will really determine how people feel. And they may not remember anything that you say, but they will always remember how you make them feel. And if you want them to go off and actually use what you teach them, and when I say them, I mean your participants and your audience, if you want them to go off and use what you teach them, you must make sure that it's coming across from the right mood and the right vibe, and they feel empowered as you are teaching them. So I really want to recommend that you really start to think about what is your energy that you are projecting as you go into your workshops? What kind of vibe are you bringing? Because people are always feeling your energy before they meet you. All right. So in this video, I just want to cover 3 simple things that you can do to really raise your vibe and get yourself out of an emotional slump. Because whatever you're traveling through on the private side, when they are audience members, they don't care. Let's get to the facts, folks. People don't care because learners coming to you because they want to learn something, they want to transform something in their life. And training, it's all about them. It's all about what they need to hear, see, or do so they get the transformation they are looking for. Training, it's not about me, it's all about them and how they need to hear it so that they can achieve it. All right. So start to go out and think about how can you get yourself into a peak emotional state, maintain that and regulate that for whatever circumstances you are going into. Thanks so much for watching the video. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And let's keep sharing this message so that we can really empower trainers to be the very best they can be, so we can create the very best learning opportunities and learning experiences for participants in workshops. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.